Hi, my name is Brittany and I sell resin decor such as jewelry trays, keychains, coasters, ashtrays, and I'm going to show you the step-by-step process of how I make my best-selling coasters, from the resin I use to the molds that I use to the additional products that I put in my mold. And let's just get started. Okay, so quick disclaimer, resin is very toxic. That means that you do have to wear the proper equipment, such as your gloves and your mask. This is the mask that I use. It is on the bulkier side, but it gets the job done. It works efficiently. And this is the resin that I use. This is the best resin that I have ever used. So these are the molds that I use. There are so many coaster options, but these are the ones that I prefer, especially because they require less resin. So this is how I mix my resin. So what I do for the first 2 minutes is I mix it in a figure 8 motion. For the other 2 minutes, I mix it in a circular motion. And then after that, I scrape the edges and I scrape the bottom part. So I do it bottom to top, top to bottom, side to side. And then this takes no longer than 5 minutes, just because it is a 30-to-30 ratio. If you're a resin beginner, the reason that I'm adding a clear layer of resin is because I need to add rose petals, gold flakes, and leaves onto this. And if I just put it directly onto the mold, then it's going to leave cracks and holes, and I don't want that in my product. Now with my silicone stick, I am mixing it all throughout the whole mold so that it's all covered. I use 91.9 alcohol spray to spray it onto the resin just so that it can reduce air bubbles, and I also use a mixture of a lighter and my heat gun to get rid of the bubbles as well.
Here to offer everybody else is a beginner. I do more than talk, you have to live her. Don't worry about me, cause I'm a giver. Daddy, I'll do anything so I can make you mine. Can't get you.
I always break down the greens into smaller pieces so that I can put them into different molds as well. And I like to use a variation of different types of greens so that it's not plain Jane.
I have to try, come let me be your guy. And if you're down to right, follow me, I'm the way. Can't get.
Now I'm putting everything on the right side, and with the gold flakes, I'm just going to be adding them in between and around the leaves because I don't want there to be any empty spaces.
Get me
Crumble up the rose petals, but they always get all over the place, so here I'm just putting them towards the right side with a stick. This is how they turned out, and I did wait a whole day for me to start on the next process because I wanted it to get hardened so that I can cut off the rose petals so that once I do pour in the color, they can just stay even instead of the rose petals sticking out. Okay, now it's day 2, and all I need to do is just add the black and the white. The black will go on this side, and then the white will go on this side.
She may be pretty, she may be smart, she may be funny, she's changed your broken heart. I'll never be her, although I try. She may seem perfect for you, but so am I. I know it's wrong to take what I like, but I hope there's trouble in paradise. You seem to think that she'll be the one, but I don't, cause I know one will love you like
Okay, so basically I never make the coaster holders any prettier than the coasters themselves because I don't want to take any attention away from them, and that's why I'm just adding a black and white to this and then just adding a little swirl in the middle to make it look a little bit cuter. And with any extra resin that I have, I do pour it into a smaller mold like this one.
I just wanna be the bread
sanding all of my products, because if you don't, you're most likely gonna injure somebody, because resin gets really sharp once it gets hard. Now this is what really ties it all together. Just painting the edges gold makes the gold flakes pop out even more as well, and it just makes it look so much prettier. This makes it 10 times better. After letting the edges dry up, that's when I start doming them, and I just put a little bit in the middle, and then I spread it out with a silicone stick, because that works so much better than a wooden stick. And I had some leftover resin, so I did put it into this bare mold again. Now this is the last and final part. All I'm doing is just adding adhesive bumpers to the back of the coasters and the holder. Honestly, I don't know why I wasn't doing this before. I just started doing this like a couple of months ago, but basically this will prevent your coasters or coaster holders to scratch your table, which is so beneficial. Like, this is so helpful. Now it's time to pack this order up. And what's so crazy is that I started this video off making the coasters just to make the video, and then I actually got an order for them, but that's totally expected because they're my best sellers, and if you want them too, then you can shop on my site. But anyways, what I usually do to secure this is I use this string, I tie it up, put in a bow, and then I'm packaging it in a 6x6x2 box with some paper that I got from Dollar Tree. Honestly, I get all of my shipping supplies from there, or most of them. Now I just placed this whole bundle together, and then I add a little freebie in there, which is just like lollipops, some candy, and a little notepad, and then some crinkle paper on top. I close it up with my thank you card, and then that's it. Now if you have questions, comment them down below and I'll respond either in a comment or video format. I will be posting more resin tutorials as well as personal and business vlogs, so subscribe for more, and I'll see you later. Bye. Cruising through the